All right, hey guys, I'm not going to make this a standalone video because I don't know how to organize it well enough to do that right now. But I just want to talk about words mattering real quick because this is kind of a pet peeve for me, and it seems to have come up a lot lately. So this is a plate carrier, all right? It's an AVS. It happens to be one of 10,000 different examples out there right now, but it is a plate carrier. It is cut and constructed purely with the goal of retaining either a SAPI or swimmer cut or whatever proprietary cut hard armor plate that you want to put in here. All right. If it happens to hold a soft armor backer that is MBAV cut or SAPI specific cut, that's kind of incidental. But it is designed to hold hard armor for the purpose of holding hard armor. All right. This thing behind it is something different, all right? And there's different things that we can call it. I can call it full coverage body armor. If it wasn't this cut, you could call it concealment cut. But this thing is meant primarily to hold soft armor of a larger coverage area and happens to hold a plate, a hard plate, all right? The fact that it holds a hard plate does not make it a plate carrier, all right? It sounds petty, but words matter. If you tell somebody that you need a plate carrier and they give you this because it holds a plate, that's not really what you asked for, all right? Now with that in mind, I'm gonna eat some crow here and I'm happy to do it. I called somebody out on a sales post they had, and I'll go into a little bit more detail on that in just a second. All right, so this is me gladly eating crow because I was proved wrong, kind of. All right, so this is the first spear sleeper. The sleeper is designed to hold bulks or spear cut armor. They're one and the same thing as far as I know. And it retains a SAPI or eSAPI cut plate. All right, so I saw one of these pop up for sale, and the seller was calling it a plate carrier. And sometimes I'm not the most socially intelligent human being, and in their sales post I said, hey, that's not really a plate carrier, that's full coverage body armor, just so that your buyer knows what they're getting. And their defense was, it holds a SAPI, so does a plate carrier. I was like, all right, well that's silly, but this is your sales post, I'm not trying to ruin anything. And then it went further into detail that this person knows some people that actually prefers this as a plate carrier and uses it by choice without soft armor, which I thought was a little strange, but I gave it a shot and I tried it out and I was actually pretty impressed. It works out all right. Okay, so you can see this thing. I currently do not have any soft armor in it at all. All right, so let's check this thing out without any soft armor in it. Okay, so it has a elastic system in there that puts the plate more or less at the correct height. All right, your spear cut, bulks cut armor runs a little bit higher than the hard plate, so it's not completely filling the top here, but it's not settled down to the bottom. You can see there's a lot of slack at the bottom here, and the plate is retained up. All right, so we have this little bit of area that's kind of unused when we don't have any soft armor in here, because the soft armor also extends down below the plate. However, what you have that I thought would be super annoying is you have these wings here, all right, where the spear cut armor goes. And in my mind, I don't want all this material here if I'm not putting armor in it. So why would I choose this? All right, but I ran it with just the plate in it. I did a couple of rucks to see how it felt, because in my opinion, rucks are a pretty good way of shaking out your equipment, at least as far as my use goes. And what I did was I folded the wings inside, and then I secured the cummerbund right there. And throughout the whole ruck, nothing shifted or moved or anything, so the front was great. The back, I didn't really bother contending with, just being that I was by myself and I wasn't really sure how to secure that. In retrospect, if you were doing this intentionally, you could fold these in, and you wouldn't need a whole lot, but you take a little bit of hook Velcro and just attach those together, and I think that would police that up pretty well. All right, and you could do the same thing on the front. You know, pull those in and secure it. And in all reality, it was actually just as comfortable as it is with the soft armor in it. All right, I have a lot of time in this thing with the soft armor in it. I used it at work for a long time, and I really like it. And as just a plate carrier, it was actually pretty all right. All right, so I can't complain too much there, and I'm glad to be proven wrong. I like that. All right, this is all about the discussion aspect. Okay, but while we're here talking about the sleeper, somebody else had asked when I brought up the AXL Advanced MBAV adapter. They thought it might work on this just as well, and I tested that out as well, and that was also true. So these little tabs here up at the top that are typically used for these little hangers, they hold the AXL adapter just fine, and then it secures exactly the same way as it did on the MBAV and works great. The first sphere cummerbund doesn't quite take these little burrito things as well as the MBAV does, but you could just get a little bit of longer shock cord here and secure it just the same, and throw that on there, and your placard pops in there just the same as it did on the MBAV, and everything sits exactly where it's supposed to. So AXL by accident has made a first sphere sleeper placard adapter. It covers all the bases. This is a medium sleeper, and that was the small medium MBAV adapter. Works just fine. So very cool stuff all around. Happy to have the discussion and learn something new that in a pinch, and it's not even that bad, you can use a sleeper as just a plate carrier.